Hello everyone, and welcome to another French Fried Trains Minecraft train tutorial. We're going to be taking a short break from making our Amtrak train today, and we're going to be making this c44-9wl. And thanks to Railfan Kyle for requesting that I make this locomotive and making this video possible. I'm going to be making it on the front of the train I already have here. So we're going to come in front of this locomotive here and we'll get started. The first thing we're going to do is put a dark oak stair to be the coupler. Underneath that, a dark oak fence gate to be the air hose. Now I've changed how I do MU cables, so on this older locomotive, we're going to delete those two fence gates. On either side of the coupler, we're going to put two dark oak fence. And on the outside edges of that, we're going to open a dark oak fence gate. Now we're going to take out polished blackstone stairs so that we can build the plow. So one block behind this coupler, make three right side up this way across the rails. On the outside edges, we put an upside down and facing sideways stair. On the next level up, we put a polished blackstone block in the middle, and then forward-facing, upside-down stairs coming out to the edges. Above that, we put a row of 5 polished blackstone block. Now come around behind this plow, and starting in the middle, we make a T-shape pattern with our blocks. On the bottom edges, we put end rods for porch lighting. Then, we're going to go into our inventory here, and we're going to take out blue concrete. We're just going to make a 3x5 of blue concrete coming across behind this here. Now we're going to build our wheels, so take out a block of netherite to be the wheel. Skip one block behind that blue and place one on each rail. Delete your middle block for placement and use an end rod for an axle. Then take out nether brick stairs and we're going to make them upside down in a back-to-back T-shape pattern here, coming all the way across to the edges of the tracks. Behind that, our next set of netherite reels right on the rail, and then an end rod axle. And then we're going to do that same thing. Upside down, nether brick stairs, coming all the way across in a back-to-back T-shape pattern here. And then behind that, one more set of wheels, so netherite on each rail with an end rod axle. On this outside edge, on the next layer up, we're going to put nether brick slabs coming from the front wheel all the way down to the back wheel. Same thing on this side. Then we're going to come around underneath on this outside edge, and we're going to put upside down grindstones in front of each of the 3 wheels. Same thing on the other side, upside down grindstone in front of the wheels. Now we're going to come in with a dark oak fence gate, and we're going to come around in front of these wheels here, and on each wheel we open a dark oak fence gate into the wheel to be the sanders and air hoses. We do the same thing on the other end on these wheels. Open the fence gate into them. Now we're going to take a polished blackstone block, and on this middle 3 on the next layer up, we're going to fill in all 3 of them. And just keep bringing that back. Bring it all the way back to the end of the truck here. And even over those fence gates. Then we bring it out another 2. Come around underneath here, and we're going to fill in this bottom 3. Come on the side of this bottom block here with an upside down polished blackstone stair, and then we're going to bring that back by 12 blocks. Once it's 12 blocks long, we come around behind it and we put 3 blackstone blocks coming across, and then same thing, we make a row of upside down stairs coming all the way forward so that it meets up with where that other block is, and this will be the bottom of the fuel tank. Now we're going to come around on top of this with our polished blackstone blocks, and we're going to fill in the middle 3 on the next layer. So just start filling that in and bring it all the way to the back of the fuel tank here. Now in front of this fuel tank, we're going to skip a block and we're going to put a netherite on each rail for the next set of wheels. Knock out the middle and put in an end rod for the axle. And then same thing as on the front, upside down nether brick stairs going to the edges of the rails and in a back-to-back T-shaped pattern like this. Then our next set of wheels, so netherite on each rail and an end rod axle. And another set of upside down nether brick stairs coming all the way across in a back-to-back upside down T-shaped pattern. And then one more set of wheels, so netherite on each rail and an end rod axle. And then, just like on the other one, we're going to come in with nether brick slabs on this outside top edge here, and we're going to make it go from wheel to wheel. And we're going to do the same thing on this side, nether brick slabs coming along the outside edge here, from wheel to wheel. Then we come in with a dark oak fence gate, and we open them into each of these wheels on the end here, and then each of these wheels on this end. Above this truck on the middle 3, we're going to fill it all in with polished blackstone block and keep bringing it forward until we get above those fence gates here. In front of that, we're going to take out blue concrete and we're going to make a 3x5 of blue concrete on the end here. In front of that, we make a T-shape with polished blackstone block with end rods down on the bottom on each side. Then we take out polished blackstone stairs, right side up 3 across the bottom, and then on the outsides, upside down and facing outward. Above that, we put a block in the middle, and then 2 upside down, forward facing stairs on each side of that. Above that, a row of 5 polished blackstone blocks. Then we come around like this, with a dark oak stair to be the coupler, and delete those bottom 2 you used to place it. Underneath that, a dark oak fence gate to be the air hose. And then on each side of the coupler, we open 2 fence gates into the plow to be the MU cables. Now we're going to come in with a polished blackstone slab to be the stairs. And on the bottom of each of these 3 blocks, we place a slab. Same thing here. Bottom of each 3 blocks, place a slab to make the stairs. Then we got to come down to the other end and we're going to do the same thing. So 3 slabs coming up, making sure that we place them on the bottom of each block so there's a gap between them. And then 1 more on this corner. So 3 slabs coming up. Now we got to decide which way it's facing. I'm going to have mine facing the void. So that would make this the engineer side. So on the engineer side, on the top of the fuel tank, we put 2 polished blackstone blocks on the front and 2 on the back. On this side, on the conductor side, we fill it all with blocks. On this engineer side where we left a space, on the back we put 3 ambills, leave a gap, and then 4 ambills. These are the air tanks. Now on the top front of the fuel tank, we put 2 crimson buttons on each side. Now we're going to take out yellow terracotta, and we're come on top here, and we're going to fill in this top layer all the way across, coming from end to end to the other side of the locomotive. So now the entire bottom half of the locomotive is done. And actually I just realized I forgot something here. I realized I never finished off the trucks on this side, so go ahead and take out a grindstone and chains. And we need to hang grindstones upside down in front of all of these wheels on this truck. Same thing on the other side. Upside down grindstones in front of the wheels. And then we're going to take out a chain and put 1 on the second block up in between there, 1 in between the fuel tank here, and then 2 here, and 1 down on this end. And then we'll come over to the other side and we got to do the exact same thing. we're going to put a chain there, a chain there, 2 chains in here, and 1 down in there. Now we're done. Now we're going to build the cab, so take out a target block, and on this blue here, we're going to make 3 by 2 on that side and a column of 2 there, leaving a space for a door. In the middle, glowstone, and then target block on each side. Behind that, switch to blue concrete and make 2 coming back, then white concrete and 2 coming back. Fill in the top middle with a 2 by 3 of red. Then red nether brick stairs facing outwards on both sides. Behind here, extend the bottom out by 4 blue concrete, same thing on this side. And then 4 white concrete on top of those. This layer, white in front and back, and blue in the middle for the locomotive number. Then red concrete on each of the 4 corners. Then black stained glass panes for the side windows. Then we'll come on down in the middle here and make the front windows. So black stained glass on each side, then red stained glass in the middle, with 1 red stained glass sticking forward. Above that, in the middle of the cab, we're going to take out red concrete, and we're going to fill in this middle 3, and we're going to go ahead and bring that back to the back of the cab here. Come around on the front and put 1 in the middle like that. Then above the windows, 4 right side up red nether brick stairs on each side. Now we're going to bring the body of the locomotive back, so switch back to blue concrete, come on down kitty corner 1 in here, and bring this all the way down to the back of the locomotive. When we get to the back, we put 1 in the middle on the blue here, and then we bring blue all the way back to the front. Once we get to the front, we're going to switch to white concrete, and we're going to make a row 2 high coming all the way around of white concrete. Now go ahead and switch to red concrete, and we make 1 layer coming all the way around of red concrete. Now we're going to work on this front. Behind the engineer side, right here, knock out 2 blocks for a door. Then above that, 3 red across the middle. Then we're going to switch to blast furnace and turn them sideways. And we put a blast furnace with a space in between them. Fill all the spaces in with red. Then another row of red, so it looks something like this. Then 2 bedrock on each side. And then another 3 red and fill in that middle. And actually, I just realized looking at a picture that the vents are slightly asymmetrical. So on this side, knock out this one, put another vent in there, take out the end one, and put red concrete there. They're slightly asymmetrical like that. Come on down to the back and fill in these 3 end blocks with red concrete. And then on the sides here, we're going to bring the red concrete forward by another 7 blocks. And the same thing on this side. Fill that all in with red concrete. Go ahead and fill in the middle as well. Then we can come up down here and fill in this middle with red concrete as well. Come down here on the conductor side, and we're going to put 3 blue shulker boxes. The shulker boxes just give us some details because there's some little opening doors down there. I think that's where the batteries go. Come over to the other side. On the engineer side, we put 4 blue shulker boxes in a row coming back. Above that, in front of this door, we put white concrete, just so there's a stair to get all the way up there. Now come around on top with red nether brick stairs. 3 facing backwards here, 3 facing forwards here. Switched in red nether brick slabs, and go ahead and fill in end to end on the sides here. On this rear end, we place a respawn anchor for the exhaust. Then 2 more slabs, leave a space, and bring slabs to the front. In that gap, we're going to put an open fence gate to be the horn. Now we're going to build the vents. So come on this back side, and we're going to put 2 upside down, outward facing red nether brick stairs starting from the back of the locomotive. Then 4 polished blackstone brick for the actual vent, and then 1 red nether brick. We do the same thing on this side. So 2 upside down red nether brick, 4 polished blackstone brick, and then 1 red nether brick on the end. Now switch to red nether brick slabs, a row of 3 here, and a 3x2 on the back. And then bring it up across the middle. Then in these gaps, polished blackstone brick slabs to be the vents on top. Now we're going to come in here on the conductor side, down on the back, because there's some more vents that we have to build. So 1 block forward from the end, knock out a column of 2, put bedrock in it, and then a space with another column of 2 with bedrock. Next to that, we close a trap door for the handbrake, and in front of that, we're going to knock out a 2x2 and fill that with bedrock. And now we're doing the same thing on the other side, just no handbrake. So 1 in front of the back, a column of 2, space, another column of 2, space, and a 2x2. And there I accidentally knocked out that blue block, so I had to go get blue concrete and fix it. Now we're going to come up on front and we're going to start doing some detailing. So in this gap, place a door. And then over behind the cab here, a door on this side right there. Come back to the front, and we're going to take iron bars in a row of 4 coming up right there. And then another row of 4 on the very front. Come over in a 2x2 on the side, skip the middle, another 2x2, and then bring iron bars up from the bottom and connect it to that there. And then same thing, a row of 4 right there. Come around to the back side of the cab, and on this white, put an iron bar and bring it back 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we got to come down by 1, and then we're going to bring that to the back of the locomotive. When we get to the back, 4 coming up on this blue to connect it, and then another 4 coming up on the very end, and same as the front, we make a 2x2 on the side, skip the middle, and another 2x2, and then we connect that up from the bottom, and then on the blue another 4 coming up, and then we're going to bring this forward to the front of the locomotive. Stop just in front of these shulker boxes and come up by 1, and then we got to come over. There I had a little mistake. Iron bars can be tricky to place. 1, 2, 3, and then up again, and then over 2 to connect it to the cab. We're going to put a light gray stained glass on this front outside here to be a rear view mirror, and do that on each side. Switch to a bell and put that in the top middle. Take out a sign to be your number plate and put it on the top above the window on the side. Type in your locomotive number. I'm using 4464 because that's the picture I'm looking at, and another one on this side with the same number. Then we're going to come on front. We're going to put an item frame over that glowstone with a glowstone in it for the headlight. Then I just found out BC Rail ordered these with dual sets of ditch lights. So we're going to make 4 item frames with 4 glowstone for the ditch lights. Then we need to put on some marker lights on the nose. So I'm just going in here and I'm going to get a crimson button out. And we're going to put those on the second block up on each side of the nose. Now we're going to come around and detail the back end of the locomotive here. So, same thing, we're going to put 4 item frames for the quad ditch lights with glowstone in all of them. Then we're going to come up on the top middle here, 2 item frames with glowstone for the rear headlight. Take out your sign with your locomotive number on the side, 1 block down from the top on each side. Then a ladder coming up the left side. Come down to the bottom of this ladder, knock out the block under it and replace it with blue wool. Then we're going to come up here and we're going to make this whole walkway covered in blue carpet, coming all the way back. And we bring the blue carpet around on back anywhere there's nothing built, and then we're going to bring it all the way forward to the front of the locomotive as well. Just keep filling this with blue carpet. Then when we get up here, we're going to have to crouch to place the carpet on top of these shulker boxes. Then we'll come over and do the same thing here. So crouch and place blue carpet on top of these shulker boxes here. Now we'll go ahead and we'll do some blue carpet on the very front of the locomotive as well. So come around the front of the cab here, and anywhere there's nothing built, put some blue carpet. Now switch to red carpet and come around on top of the locomotive here. And we just keep bringing red carpet all the way back to the end of this vent section. You will have to crouch to place them on top of those blast furnace, just so the roof looks a little coherent there. Now we need to make some banners for our logo. Come into a loom with a white banner in red dye. A vertical on the left, a vertical on the right, horizontal on top, horizontal on bottom, horizontal in the middle. New banner, vertical on the left, horizontal on top, horizontal on bottom. Now switch to blue dye, new banner. Vertical on the left, then the top half blue, and then a diagonal. New banner. Vertical on the left, vertical on the right, horizontal on top, horizontal in the middle. New banner. Vertical in the middle, horizontal on top, horizontal on bottom. New banner. Vertical on the left, horizontal on bottom. Now switch to white dye, and we're going to use the pattern that's a border around the whole thing. And we're going to take all these letter banners and put a white border around all of them. Now that we have our banners made here, we can actually come along the side of the locomotive and make the logo. So we're going to come up on the conductor side here, and under where this first red block is, in the white, we're going to spell out BC Rail with our banners that we've already made. So now we have the logo here. We're going to come around and do it on the other side. On this side, I build it backwards to make sure the placement's correct, so we know it ends under this first red block of the vents. And we just spell out BC Rail on this side. Now we have one more banner to make, so come into a loom. This time, we're going to use a red banner, and we're going to take out black dye. We're going to make the whole top half black. Then we're going to take that same banner, and we're going to switch to red dye and put the border around it. Now we switch to white dye, and we make the bottom half white. This is going to be some window detailing here. So come up on the front, put a banner there to give it all the windows it's supposed to have, and then here and here for the windows on the back of the cab. Now we're going to build the interior. So come on in through this nose door here. We're going to take out an end portal, and we're going to put that in this far corner to be the locomotive's toilet. In front of that, we're going to make a column of smooth sandstone slabs coming all the way up. I started to build one there, but that's not the spot it's supposed to be. Come one block back and bring up the slabs all the way to the window. Same thing on this side, all the way up to the window. And then one slab across the top like that. Then on the side here, we're going to fill this all the way in till it's the level of the door. Same thing right there in front of the door. And then same thing on this side, fill it all the way in with slabs. On the conductor side, up here on the left, we put a little slab because they have like a little desk, a lever for the engineer. In the middle window, we're going to place an item frame. There I screwed up and I had a painting, not an item frame. Put the item frame there, and we're going to put an end crystal. I'm not using a compass because these locomotives had digital screens. Then we place 2 stairs for the seats, and then we're just going to use slabs to make a stairway coming down here. And then I'm going to test it out and see if I can walk. I can't, so I'm taking out that end one. Now we can get down through there. If you want, place some bookcases here to represent the electronic equipment of the locomotive. Then we're going to come back up in the back of the locomotive here. And then we turn around to this gap here behind the door, the sideways blast furnace on bottom, and then take out a lighting block, whatever one you want to use. I'm going to use glowstone. So now the cab's lit up. And now our interior is complete. Now there's one detail I missed when I was recording this. On the top of the nose there, it should be filled in with red carpet. But other than that, this locomotive is now complete. We've constructed our c44-9wl in the BC Rail paint scheme. Thanks again to Railfan Kyle for requesting that I build this locomotive. And that's all for this tutorial. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and everyone have a great week.